Hello, everyone. Welcome to this team update. We already reviewed a bunch of things. This is the beginning of a new sprint. You can check everything above. We're gonna focus on last week, starting with a huge winning, Agrilabs acquisition. So very exciting news. Obviously, for the core team, this wasn't news, as you can imagine. We knew this for a little bit. Sorry for not keeping everyone in the loop, but it had to be a surprise for many reasons. From a communication standpoint, but also from a legal standpoint, we couldn't share it entirely with the community, only with some key people. But it's very exciting. As you can see, we already have Matt is helping us. One of his first tasks start to prepare the outline for the white paper. So we're gonna have a white paper. Don't expect a boring white paper. We're gonna try to innovate in that sense and do something that is useful and for you, the user, the community member, to check. So that's very exciting news. So also, Sarah, thank you for all the hard work you put into the communication. It was a teamwork. Me, Sarah, Philippe, Matt, and Jerry from Agora Labs. It was really cool. I mean, we got a bunch of retweets, a lot of people talking about it, indirectly, people coming to me. Not sure if it happened to you guys, people coming to me and saying, yeah, great job, an acquisition, it's great for branding. And the fact we're working now with Matt and Freeman is also cool from that perspective. So anyone wants to mention anything about this, things they were surprised, things they enjoyed, or can we move forward? Right. Couple more winnings. So the channel branch is about to start in Bogota. So that got a massive inbound of registrations. Is amazing. I think they allow only 50 people, so they're a bit overflow with registrations and invites, which is great. And also the welcome dinner, this already happened. So in partnerships, so we like to do things in a collaboration manner. So that went well as well. And well, as you can see from this call, we don't have Flip or Luminita in the call because they are all into DEF CON Bogota. And yeah, so just a challenge and requests from everyone on this call to the times of response will be slower for them. And last but not least, some announcements. So the terms and conditions are now live on Notion, reviewed by admin legal. Please update everywhere. Okay, on sites, login, whatever. Just point to the Notion. We're gonna do everything on Notion, so people can track the history of the Notion as it changes. We don't need to send an email saying, "Hey, we changed our terms and conditions." No, people can go there and check whenever we make a change. It's public. We're going to do the same thing for privacy policy, and we're going to have a code of conduct as well. So I guess the privacy, we can wait for the privacy policy to be live, and then you update the terms in the privacy at the same time, maybe. Francisco.
I mean, it's just replacing a link. I don't think that it can just go with any of the work that Ruben or Fred do. So it's
Okay,
it's not an
but
issue.
it's in several places. It's a footer and the site footer, the app footer, and on the login. So it's already 3 places.
Yeah.
Right.
But for our side, it's just one place because we are sharing the link throughout all those. So it's easy, no worries.
All right. I'll let everyone know when the privacy policy is done. Okay, they are now working on that one. As you can see now, is empty. We needed to close the terms first so that they can do the privacy second. Okay, and the code of conduct. I mean, they're gonna use something from a community. Sara or Gustavo, Gus, if you have any code of conduct that you particularly like, we can share with them so they can adapt based on those. The privacy policy is the only one they'll do it raw. All right, that's it for the last week. Let's jump into metrics. I see some greens. I also see some reds. Visitors.
Yeah, I can if you
Go
want.
for it.
Yeah, so I mean, I think we have a couple like minimum negative deltas. So, for instance, in terms of active users, we dropped 2. I mean, the activity rate, it's not even noticeable, but it's there. So I wouldn't put too much visibility into that. But one thing that surprised me was that we have very few app visitors, given that we did like the whole Agora Labs communication with a bunch of push in Twitter. So I think that this can be an interesting warning for the future to see kind of, or maybe as like a post-mortem of the acquisition, to maybe try to see if we can even check like where did people went from that tweet, if they checked the protocol, they didn't, right? But I was at least expecting us to at least maintain or even grow, given that we did the push on acquisition. Other than that, it was a good week. We grew a lot on Polygon. We actually had a bunch of people putting money in. And in terms of approved applications, I think this was the week that we approved successfully the most users, which I think it's great because it means that in terms of acquisitions, we're also reaching more interesting users. Yeah, so I think that kind of gives an overview of how the week went.
Yeah, so like total value locked kind of started growing again.
Yes.
Right. So I think going on Polygon was definitely an important move for us in terms of product and growth as well. Okay. Also, why is this here? Mistake. Huh?
Yes, no clue.
It's interesting that you put here this because you update at the same time, so good job there. Yeah, I think this is it. Any last words from anyone on the team? All right, so season 3 about to start. Let's do this. Have a good day.